Hello everyone, apologies for the delay and welcome into this video where we're going to be connecting I2C devices to our PIC microcontroller. Let's go to our datasheet for our PIC microcontroller. Now let's go down to the specifics of the connections right under this part. So in here what we can see is our I2C is the purple color. We have our data line and the clock line in here on the pad 0 and pad 1, which are the pins 8 and 9 respectively. Okay, before we move on, let's just scroll down a little bit more to the section of I2C pull-ups. And in here we can find out that there are no pull-ups on the board, on the PIC microcontroller board, so we have to supply them externally. Okay, if you want to see some more connections on the board, please feel free to see that schematics, which can explain you a little bit more of what's happening on the actual development board. Let's minimize that. Okay, let's first go into our schematics. So what we have in here in our project is we've got the power supply, and then a pull-up resistor to our reset line, which I've connected the reset button. It's going to be pulling it to the ground. Then we have our chip that is going to be driving our LCD. So this is a standard PCF8574 chip that you can find on the LCD I2C devices. So as we said before, we need to provide externally the pull-up resistors. So I'm using 4.7 kilo ohms resistor, as I'm using the 5 volts line as well, separately to those two devices. Okay, that expander and LCD screen itself. Now schematics over, let's go to MPLabX and let's start the project. I'm going to start MPLabX project, Harmony line. Okay, so the folder I'm going to call it I2C underscore LCD. I'm going to be happy with that. I'm going to click next. Then let's leave a default there. Our chip, select here and finish. Okay, no project. Okay, right, then in here I'm just gonna go in the settings just to make sure that my board is connected to the project. Usually it's not. Let's assign it to the project. There, everything is in place now. Apply and okay, there we go. Now let's go to tools, embedded, Harmony Configurator. Let's wait for it to load. Okay, the configurator has loaded. Now let's go to our peripherals and let's add timer 0, and so this is just to generate our time delay. Then for the I2C communication, let's go to Sercom 0, as we checked on the datasheet specific for our development board. Now one by one, let's open everything up in here. So in the timer, I'm happy with everything apart from the interrupt, so I'm going to untick that, and that's done. In the Sercom, we'll say that we're going to be using this as a I2C master. This is just one of the first videos of I2C series, so we're going to run this as a master device first. We're happy with the standard mode and the speed of the bus as well, so we're leaving it as is. Now let's go to MHC. Let's go to tools and the pin configuration. We've got few tabs on top here. You can check all of them. We're interested in this one. As we've said before, we need to set PA08 as a Sercom 0, pad 0, and a PA09 as a Sercom 0, pad 1. Okay, and this is it. So let's generate the code. Click generate. Now the code's been generated. Let's go to our project. I2C LCD source files. Double click on the main. Okay, let's go to the project here. Now, can I minimize this slightly? Probably there. Okay, now minimize this as well. There we go. Right. So in our main file, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete that. Make some space here, make some space there, and there. Okay, nice. So we will be connecting our PIC microcontroller into the LCD. Let's have a look at the hardware. So what we have here, as we've said before, I've got my 2 resistors for the data and for the clock line. I've just extended those lines in here. Now they are connected with the expander, as we've said, the device that is controlling the LCD. So this is the expander separately, this is the LCD separately. Sometimes you can find them already soldered at the back of the LCD, like on this one. So this one has got it already soldered, and that's okay. You can still use it like that. I'm going to be using that. Thanks to this expander, you can control any type of LCDs, like this one. This one is black and red, and a bigger one as well. So 4 rows LCD. Okay, now let's go back there. These are the connections and reset switch. I am taking the 5 volts from my USB, so we have to be careful how much current we're drawing. At the moment, it's still safe limit. So let's go and let's write some code. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to type in the code and then I'm going to go over it, all the instructions that you need to know. Just give me a moment. So now I'm back. I've typed in some information there, some few lines for our code. So these are the operations for the LCD, the commands that we're going to send there to operate our LCD. This is our LCD, or actually the delay millisecond, our standard delay. Then we have LCD select. So this function helps us select which LCD we want to send the information now. The LCD command to send the commands to the LCD as well as send the data to the LCD. Then we have LCD strings, so whatever we want to appear on the LCD, we're going to use this function. And obviously we need to initialize our LCD to start working or function properly. Then we have LCD go to, so this function helps us precisely determine where would we like to the cursor to appear, where would we like to start typing on our LCD. Then in our main function we have system initialize, the standard function. Then we select in the LCD, LCD1 in this case, and then we have to initialize it like we said before. Then we have a 1 second delay just for everything to stabilize. In our forever loop, I've typed in some information that I would like to display on the LCD. So go to row 1, column 1, and we say in hello everyone. Then we're going to row number 2, column 1, and we wish everyone a happy new year. Right, let's bring this here, minimize that, and then let's program our PIC and see if we get the information correct. PIC is programming, and there we have our message on the screen. So let's go and modify this a little bit. I'm just gonna delete that, and I'm gonna use a simple hello with, let's say, 3 exclamation marks. Let's program this. There we go. So sometimes you can see something like that. The LCD starts behaving funny, or it's not operating as you wanted it to. This is very simple to correct. So basically what you need to do, just disconnect the power to the LCD, connect it back again, and we're going to use this reset switch for our PIC microcontroller, and there we go. It all functions again. So let's play a little bit with this function. So we say row 1, and we're going to shift it. Let's say we're going to start typing in 3 places there. So on the 4th column, we're going to start typing hello. Let's click there. Okay, it's going. And again, we have to do our trick with the reset. There. Reset. And as planned, as programmed, the information starts displaying on the 4th column. So that's how you connect to the LCD screen through this device, through this expander, I2C. In the next videos, we will have a look at a bit more advanced connections to I2C or different devices. If you have any questions as well, please post them underneath this video and I will reply to you. We will be working on the next videos. Thank you very much.